Good evening. Pedals in, floor in, floor of the pedal box itself in. It's all TIG welded in, stitched, pretty much solid now, so I've got a rough idea where my feet go now. Basically, I'm super happy. If you look at it's hard to tell with the video camera, but basically with the driver's seat pushed as far to the middle as I can go, passenger obviously will be, as you can see here, probably 2 inches or so further over that way. The clutch and brake and your legs are near as damn it, you can look kind of on the seat, near as damn it, dead center. The accelerator's off to the side. Pretty much think most people have a tendency of doing this and then back to the brake and then sidestep on heel and toe here. So your legs are pretty straight, which is kind of cool. There is obviously now 3 inches of adjustment. I've got a 30-inch inside leg. It needs to be equated for somebody with about a 35 and to 30-inch leg, and realistically my legs are hardly even bent. So you can imagine if you're a couple of inches longer, you can bend them a little bit, but then instead of bending them, we can push the pedals at least 3 inches in that direction. The footrest, or basically the bar that's come across that both the 2mm steel floor pans meet on and are welded to, creates a nice footrest for me. For somebody else, they might want to stick the foot on top of it, and we could easily stick a second tier behind this 1.5 inch step to have somebody else to put their feet against that, which wouldn't really get in my way when I'm pivoting before, so I might just put a second step in there so somebody with longer legs can have their foot further forward and still have something to, put their foot up against. But yeah, quite happy about this, to be honest. Yeah, she's in. So spent most of today. Let's jump off. Most of today using the old TIG set. So welding or stitch tigging this floor section here, because once you cover that up, then bloody awkward to weld stuff that's inside there and there, which at the moment, obviously prior to that, you can stick your head through that and get in. So pretty much most of the welds on the inside of here have all been tigged up. So yeah, I'm kind of happy. I've left a few off on the top, but technically I can easily get to those. I haven't done it from the top side. Plus this tube here, I still may have to modify the top a little bit yet. Changed this tube here. It was 1.5 inch box. I've now gone down to 3/4 by 1.5 inch. Basically, I just didn't need as big a step there for the footrest and for the joint plate. But now she's, definitely added a couple of kilos to the front there, but as I said before, there's a lot of strength involved in the front, and it's very low to the front, so I'll have an aluminium panel to make under here yet, but panelling's a little way away yet. But yes, if we look at the said pedal set, okay, I'll have to make the noises for the motor, but we can now slide it back 3 inches or forward 3 inches as such, and it's actually got a sideways movement. There is no play in that whatsoever, which is absolutely awesome. I said these Jaguar slides are actually roller bearings, and quite sizable one. They're about 4 or 5 mm roller bearings. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out. This is going to be superb. I do have yet to. These are the drive threaded units. Fit into there like so. I have yet to make a mount for this pin, which basically mounts the back of those, and will take the push load when you stamp on the brake pedal, most of the load will go through that screw, through it into the actual front bulkhead. So we've got another 1.5 by 3/4 that's going to come down here, and then the lower section there, we'll put a brace across, and we'll put a 3mm. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's keep it. We'll keep it for a 3mm plate, and then I can weld tabs onto the plate that'll hold that one there, and obviously the one that's here. These are the 4 holes for the motor. 2 are for the screws. 2, the motor actually has. The motor actually has some little dowel location pegs, so you've only got 2 screws. Fortunately, the drive cable they kind of use that goes between the motor and that is a kind of old motorcycle. What do you call it? It drives the. Oh bloody hell! I think. Oh, why not just look at it, Clive? Yes. Oh, so easy. It's basically a spiral wound. If we can look at it over there, you can just about see it's a spiral wound cable. Basically, it used to be the kind of old drive cables that they used to use as speedos or tacos or whatever the hell else. And they just crush the end down, weld the piece on the end, and then it gets square for the drive. But obviously, it allows it to bend or flex. But that was when the cable was very long. Now I've shortened it. Basically, the spacing between these two is a lot smaller than it was before. But unfortunately, to try and weld that is not fun. So I'm just going to use some 3mm key steel, and that will drive it. But unfortunately, I haven't got it at the moment. So it would have been nice to put a demo up. There's actually the electrical units, electrical motor moving it, but that will have to be for another day. But yeah, glad the pedal set's in. Most of the welding is all done. It's kind of nicely in, so you can see we've definitely got penetration here all the way through. So yeah, kind of happy. It's turned out really, really well. Like I said before, the motor itself. If we turn it upside down so I can see it, fits on the floor. The motor itself, it's got a small gap between that and the master cylinders, so the master cylinders can slide. There we go. Master cylinders slide right over the top of it. So there's a gap here, which is just, well, almost like it was designed to be that way. Yes. Got a nice 1-inch aluminium plate down there for the start machining the engine plate, the front of the motor. May even start that one tomorrow. We'll do some prototyping first. But yes, it's kind of just weld up the chassis. Chassis done. Fabricate everything around the pedal box. It's pretty much done now. Hopefully by end of play tonight, I'll have my new beam in here, another beam across, and then the 3mm plate basically to take the force of the pedals being pushed forward. So that'll all be transferred directly into the front bulkhead. If I can do that tonight and get the tabs for those in, then that'll be a night for me. So it'll probably be 10 hours in today. Yeah, long day, but good. Got a shitload done, so I'm dead happy. Right, now everything on. I shall update next time some more interesting stuff comes along. Bye.